Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our third annual Southern California Diversity Recruiting Fair.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Harvard-Westlake. My name is Rick Commons, and I'm the president and head of school at Harvard-Westlake. And we are so honored to be hosting the third annual Diversity Recruiting Fair. It is our first time hosting the fair virtually, and I hope it's the last time we do so. And it gives us the opportunity, of course, to continue the essential, critical work in our schools of diversifying our faculty and staff.
My name is Janine Hancock Jones, and I am the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Associate Director of Admission at Harvard-Westlake School here in Los Angeles. We are thrilled to have you joining us for our virtual fair. I wanted to give you a brief overview of how we even got to the place of having this fair. For a number of years now, the schools represented here today have been talking about the importance of having a diverse faculty and staff. We all know that research shows that a diverse, equitable, and inclusive learning environment is critical to student success and a marker of educational excellence. One crucial component in creating such an environment is having a diverse faculty and staff that reflects the beautiful mosaic of students we teach. But there's one big challenge, I'll say, and it was that fairs like this one today were only happening in Atlanta, DC, Philly, Boston, so all the way on the other side of the country. And we would travel to these cities, meet absolutely fabulous candidates that we would fall in love with. They would ask us where our school was located. And so we would proudly tell them in sunny Los Angeles. Because the fairs are usually around this time of year and freezing over there, they would say, how nice. I've always wanted to visit LA, but I don't want to move to the West Coast. So I talked to a couple of the organizations putting those fairs on about bringing one to the West Coast. And after not really getting any traction, we decided to do it ourselves. And so here we are today. And what's that phrase from Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come. Well, that's what we decided to do. And now here we are in our third year, albeit virtually. Our previous 2 years have been extremely successful. Numerous job candidates found jobs as a result of connections made at previous fairs, and we are thrilled to provide the venue and the opportunity for that to happen again as we all strive to make our schools look more like the populations that we serve.
The reason, of course, that this fair matters so much to Harvard-Westlake and to all the schools represented here is first that we owe it to our students. We, in our schools, our independent schools in Southern California and beyond have increasingly done a good job in diversifying our student bodies, but we have not done the same kind of good work in diversifying our faculty and our staff. And we need very much to do so. We owe it to our students to give them opportunities to see people on campus who look like them, who have experiences like they do, who can understand and relate easily to students from all backgrounds, and give those students what we describe here at Harvard-Westlake as an equal sense of belonging. I'm sure that that's a phrase that is familiar and resonant to all the schools. We want our students, all our students, to have a sense that they belong at our school and that sense of belonging is equal to what any other student, any other community member might be feeling. And in order to do that, we need to have faculty members who reflect the diversity of our student body. So we owe it to our students for sure. That's one reason that this is such critical work. Another reason is that what we know from research and from experience is that diverse teams, diverse groups of people, diverse faculties and staffs are simply better than those that are homogeneous. We know that they perform better in making decisions, in serving the mission of our schools. And we know that we are not doing the work that we need to do as well as we can do it when we are not as diverse as we can and should be. Excellence, an important value at Harvard-Westlake and at many independent schools, is not in some kind of tension with diversity. In fact, excellence depends upon diversity. The ability that we have in our schools to fulfill the missions that we have set for ourselves depends upon diversity. So those are two important reasons, our students and our missions, that this is such a critical gathering and opportunity for our schools and for our candidates who are here today. And again, we at Harvard-Westlake are very proud and honored to be able to host this Southern California Diversity Recruiting Fair in order to help our schools, in order to help fulfill our mission, and in order to serve our students. So I hope that today is a wonderful day, and a day in which connections are made that accomplish those critical objectives and make our schools and our students better and stronger as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you to our planning committee, my colleague here at HW, who handled most of the painstaking details of organizing this fair, Utopia Essex. Thank you to Teresa Smith and Michael Ho from the Webb Schools, Michael Johnson and Claudia Teeger from Brentwood School, Stephanie Carrillo from Campbell Hall, Azizi Williams from Sequoia School, and Jennifer Fleischer from Polytechnic School. Thank you to all of our participating schools and organizations, our keynote speaker, the incomparable Anita Sparks, our panelists, and last but not least, our students that you will hear from next. All of these people are giving up their Saturday morning to be here because they believe in the necessity of what we are doing, and they believe in all of you. Please make sure you take full advantage of the Brazen platform and visit as many school booths as you are able. You may have heard from a few schools inviting you to visit them in their booths, but we also encourage you to visit schools that may not have specific opportunities that fit your background right now, because you never know what might become available later in the year, next year, or even in the future. Thank you for being with us again, and have a great morning.